Learn English Classroom presents Tasty English Speaking, Essential Food Vocabulary, Module 2, Lesson 13. We learn the vocabulary of food. We listen to people order in a cafe. We use adverbs to tell how often we do things. We practice phrases to make requests, confirm details, and ask for a bill while using polite speech. Let's get started with a quiz. In this 3-page quiz, you will learn your eating habits. How often do you eat out at a restaurant or cafe? A, daily, often. B, several times a week, sometimes. Or C, rarely, almost never. What's your favorite restaurant order? A, meat-based dishes like beef, chicken, or lamb. B, vegetarian or vegan dishes like salads, beans, rice. Or C, seafood like fish, shrimp, or Nemo. Which frequency adverbs describe your dessert habits? A, often, almost every day. B, sometimes, 2 to 3 times per week. Or C, never, you don't eat dessert. How can you? Here's the results. If you picked mostly A's, you may need to visit a gym. If you picked mostly B's, you're working on balanced eating. If you picked mostly C's, you may need to enjoy life more. Eat dessert and not poor Nemo. Let's check your vocabulary. Pause the video and match the pictures to the words. Here's the answers. You can find the list of vocabulary in the description box below this video. Listen to these two friends at a restaurant. How often do they eat the food?
I often order the stir fry here. It's my favorite. I'm also having their soy milkshake.
I sometimes try new dishes, but today I'm ordering pasta. What's in the soy milkshake?
They mix bananas, chocolate, and soy milk. I'm vegetarian, so it's a great vegetarian treat.
I never skip dessert. How about you?
I sometimes have dessert, but not today. I'm full. That milkshake filled me up.
Did you listen to how often they ate the food? How did they use the adverbs of frequency? Often, sometimes, and never. What are frequency adverbs? Do you remember what adverbs are? We said in an earlier lesson, adverbs describe verbs or the action that we do. He runs slowly. Slowly is an adverb. Adverbs of frequency describe how often we do actions. I often eat rice, almost every day. Remember, frequency adverbs often come before the verb. I often eat salads at lunchtime. I never eat meat. Often and never come before eat. But that does not mean all adverbs come before the verb. Remember, he runs slowly. Slowly is after the verb runs. There are many types of adverbs. Adverbs of time, adverbs of place, adverbs of frequency are just a few. But putting adverbs in these categories makes them easier to learn. Now it's your turn. I want you to pause the video and take a moment to use the words bread and vegetables to make two different sentences. In the two sentences, include a frequency adverb like often or never. This type of quiz is often used in English placement exams. Normally, they do not give you the frequency adverbs. You must know what they are. How did you do? Did you make two sentences? Here's some examples. I often eat bread with butter and jam. I never eat enough vegetables. If you made two sentences, great job! You can also use the calendar worksheet linked below this video. Use it to write down your own food this week. Try writing the vocabulary words that we've learned. Then practice talking about the food using your calendar and the frequency adverbs in each sentence. Look at this table. Do you know the drinks on this table? Can you tell me how often you drink them? The drinks are milk, soda, orange juice, tea, water, and coffee. Did you know this vocabulary? Now I want you to pause the video and I want you to write a sentence for each of these drinks and tell me how often you drink each beverage. Beverage means drink. These are two of my own sentences. I never drink cow's milk. I often drink soy milk instead. Now let's listen to these friends as they order drinks at a restaurant.
Good evening. May I take your drink orders? I sometimes enjoy fruit juice. Do you have any fresh options?
I often have juice here, but I'll have a soda, please.
Certainly. We have freshly squeezed orange and apple juice. Which one would you prefer? I'll go with fresh orange juice, please. You're welcome. I'll give you a few minutes to look over the menu. Your drinks will be right out.
It's important to be polite when we visit a restaurant. Listen to these phrases, then practice them. When making requests for anything, you can say, could I please have? Could I please have a soda? Could I please have the salt? Could I please have that magazine? You can also say, I would like to order if you are ordering something. I would like to order the pepperoni pizza. I would like to order the blue pants in the catalog. You can also say, may I get, which means may I have. May I get a side of fries? May I get a new fork because I dropped mine? You can also say, I'll go with, which means I want. I'll go with the pasta. You usually use this when you have more than one choice. Like, I'll go with the pasta instead of the steak. When you're at a restaurant, you may have a special request. You can say, is it possible to have? Is it possible to have this steak well done? Or you can ask, could you please make sure that there are no shrimp? I'm allergic to shellfish. Or you can ask, is it okay if I substitute mashed potatoes for the French fries? Substitute means to exchange one thing for another. In this age of social media, it makes me shudder when I see videos of people getting angry in restaurants and treating the server so ugly that the server either quits or bursts into tears. While this may get many views on YouTube, it doesn't show us Americans in a very good light. It's very polite if you express your gratitude to the waiter for the service. A simple thank you very much or I appreciate your help are important, especially if you make a special request. You can also say thanks a lot for your assistance or I'm grateful for your service. These can be used anywhere in shops, restaurants, or your home. After the meal, you might ask about the bill. You can say, could we have the bill, please? May I settle the bill? Could you bring us the check? Bill and check are both used in English to describe that receipt or piece of paper showing the total due for the meal. Finally, if the meal was fantastic, let them know it. It shows real class when you tell a restaurant that you enjoyed your meal. You can say, thank you for a wonderful meal. We had a great time, thanks. We look forward to visiting again. You can use these expressions at restaurants or when leaving a friend's house. You can also use your service was excellent. We appreciate it at any place that gives great service. I feel like today's lesson was also about manners. Now you'll call me Miss Manners. But I've noticed when watching news media posts that people seem to have forgotten or don't care about treating each other politely. Most of you are out there trying to make a living. You know that jobs become much harder when we treat each other impolitely. Everyone goes through stressful times. If we use our mouths to kick someone when they're down, that makes us look ridiculous. We should all try to take care of each other, in our families, in the streets, and especially when someone is serving us. Thank you for visiting the Learn English classroom. Don't forget to go to the Community tab in YouTube and leave me a message to let me know what you need. And then like and subscribe to this video so that you don't miss the next lesson.